Stanford University, a bastion of academia and the alma mater of some of college football's most legendary figures, Elway, Luck, Sherman, and McCaffrey. And today, the Stanford Cardinal will try to live up to that legacy. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a team from the ACC, the Stanford Cardinal. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. He'll return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Notre Dame's offense will have the first possession of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
So Stanford's offense will take the field for the first time. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
Line gets set, first down.
Clear, clear, ready, go!
Use the play fake, now to throw. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one.
Ready,
Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 28.
green 25. Hot, hot.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Quickly complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose.
Quarterback, when you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And if you turned on the tape last week, you're getting more of the same in the first quarter. This defense last week harassing the QB with 6 sacks, now getting out the gates in the first quarter and getting their first one.
No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing
backwards, get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
He makes the connection. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. A new set of downs after the completion. He'll come out throwing on first down. Feeling some heat. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
Using the quick game. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big play.
He'll keep it himself.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go right back to him. Find some fresh air. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Stanford wants to push the pace.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
He wants to throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Madden. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route running. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Finds his big tight end. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. From the 1, it's 1st and goal as they try to open the scoring here. Try to barge their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Stanford! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
He's got great speed. Got a little room. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Irish. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No, 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 no. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Quickly complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
Takes it on the return. Slips through the line. Touchdown, Notre Dame! How about the special teams coming up with a huge play? The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. You think you're getting the offense, the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Bowman.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snaps, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating a loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Snagged in the middle. It's Madden. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Stanford quickly to the line. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Working the middle, it's complete. Nice route, nice catch by this receiver. What's important for a quarterback throwing the end route to a guy in the slot?
Well, I think he has to have great timing, and I think the receiver needs to get his right depth so that they know exactly where each other is going to be and when the ball is going to be in the air. These two have outstanding timing with one another.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Here come the Irish, back on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Pressure coming. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Moving away from pressure. Still running at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Looking to the big tight end. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Power football with the run. Strikes the blow. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. He finds his man. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the defense gets him out of bounds at the 3, and they're set up.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
DB's right up on the receivers. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Now on the return. Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Throws for the tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Working that left side now. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They'll have to get it to the 37 on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
At the 20, he's got space. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. The give to the tailback. Give him 6 on the play. They'll mark it at the 9.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
They go to the ground. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
You know, not a lot of space down here on the goal line when you're trying to run the football. You might want to think about going to the perimeter or maybe throwing it next time.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
I think the offensive coordinators over there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is that makes this team go, that makes them tick, that makes them get first downs and hopefully move the football.
Stanford wants to push the pace. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. They go to the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And here comes the punt team. Just needs a crack to get a return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here come the Irish back on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys are...
He's off to the races. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. After that huge play right team to the ground with the back. And they'll get him on the ground at the 3-yard line.
And that would be the definition of first down success, putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Stanford lines up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40.
29 Philly.
Hands it off. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Off the play fake on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You can tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
He hurls one deep down the left side. What a snag by the defense. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
3rd and long is difficult. You have to push the ball down the field. Nothing worse than watching people dink and dunk on 3rd and long and get tackled and run the punt unit on. I like the aggressiveness.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And another mistake from this quarterback. That's back-to-back drives now that have resulted in interceptions. He's got to find a way to find something different, get in a better rhythm, start seeing the field better, Palmer, because he's not in a flow right now.
No,
and he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal!
this is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Fires to the middle. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Only a dozen Domers have cracked the 2,000-yard mark in receiving in a career. This guy might be the one to get to number 13.
I would say he's pretty good then. If he's putting up those type of numbers and being mentioned with those type of cats, listen, you try to find your go-to guy. You want to have an elite receiver on the outside that you can feature and you can move him around. This guy's got the makings of that kind of stuff.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Coming after him. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. You don't see that penalty too often, but we see it here, an illegal forward pass. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Nifty little dance step. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. First down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. Finds the tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Stanford quickly to the line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. Give to the running back. At the 35, he's got room. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man out of the backfield. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. On 2nd down, he'll fire. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And man, I tell you what, I just love his instincts. You can tell when the ball's being passed, he sees it, and he breaks on the football. That's why he's in the top 10 in interceptions this season. Just such a great feel in the passing game, and you got to be careful when you attack him.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But he's loose. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense.
For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Quarterback on the keeper. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Trying to find his man on 1st down. He's going up top. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise we saw just that in the 1st half today.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47.
Easy.
Leaves it with the running back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Off play action. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop, but the sweet throw. I need to give him a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Good timing on the quick out. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Yeah, he does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at 2nd and short, 2nd and medium?
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Stanford! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. Leaves it with the back. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You've got to do a lot of this.
They'll leave it with him. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And 4th and inches for me is a green light anywhere on the field. I'm going to run the football. I'm going to be physical. I'm going to go to my play. I know I can get it. I like the play call on 4th and inches to go for it.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Got it. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
I love it. The offense being aggressive. They're taking a shot. Good job by the QB getting a lot of air under that ball. And how about the receiver and his ability to track it?
Touchdown, Irish! And the pummeling has started. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. It's a draw. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He'll pull it on the read. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I'll tell you, this is a hard defense to run against if you're going to go sideline to sideline because of that guy's speed at linebacker. He can get all the way to the perimeter, chase the quarterback down on the option, and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Impressive.
He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Catches it at the 30. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Here's the handoff. The ball pops out. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down in this defense. Back for its O. Now we'll hang on here. The coach is calling a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. And his throw is incomplete. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
They think they can create space here with a run to the right. Now facing a 3rd and long. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Throws to the tight end. Caught over the middle. It's Yates. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
Defenses throughout the week study every 3rd down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Drills him with the stiff arm. He now has 85 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. He caught it. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the route is on. With that last one, he now has 40 career touchdown catches.
I mean, he's just been a playmaker. This guy, they feature him. He's been in the end zone that many times because they can feature him in so many ways. They find ways to get him the football because, Palmer, he always makes plays.
And he's always open even when he's not. Throughout his career, think about it.
Makes a diving catch along the left sideline. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they tack on a little more to this big lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the running back from the shotgun. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Stanford lines up to punt it away. Let's see what he can do with it. He gets a block. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Here come the Irish back on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And we're going to call his name a lot today because this dude, he had over 100 last week. He has over 100 almost every single week because he's a staple in this offense. Puts up big numbers, makes big plays, and that's why he's also in the Heisman Trophy conversation. A wide receiver in that debate is special. This dude is special.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2.
Easy.
They'll keep it on the ground. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
Okay, ready?
Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down.
Pound 55 feet.
The give to the single back. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
On the ready.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring.
Green 25. Ready, go.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. It's complete! And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1.
Okay.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
3rd and goal, and I like the play call. You're trying to run it in. You expect to be physical, but this offensive line just not getting the job done. They need more push.
This offense has been teaching a master class on 4th down. Already 4 for 4, and they'll try it again. They'll try to pick up the 1st. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They're backed up. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. He hits that hole. It opened up for him as he gets 6 and all the way out to the 9-yard line. 6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4.
Fire. Unlock.
He's got it on the right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
Didn't get much. Picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground.
Ready.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They give it to him again. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Ready up.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one.
Cricket. Ready.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback.
On the double.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Wants to throw. It's Gore. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Okay, ready.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
Good news is they didn't lose a ton of yards. The bad news...
Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the beatdown has ensued. That might be the proverbial fourth-quarter dagger as they try to finish off their 12th straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a... the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by them.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. Line gets set, 1st down. He's going to pass. Quick strike complete. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The offense lining up for a 1st down play.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he...
And the quarterback is snowed under.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there getting the sack.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Here come the Irish back on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the 1st play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. He wants to throw. Using his feet to buy time. Working that left side. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. Got his man on the right. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
This guy reminds you a little bit of Devontae Smith back in Alabama winning the Heisman. This guy makes plays week in, week out. Top 5 right now in the nation in receiving yards, and that...
Touchdown, Irish! And the stomping has commenced. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Going up top on 1st down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting...
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And finally, you're seeing some life from the defense. They've been struggling all game long up to this point, but back-to-back sacks on 2 consecutive plays, they're at least still trying to fight back in this game.
You got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you take that shot, and you stop the clock. And it's a long shot, but you're letting teams hang around.
And I prefer to win. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm up, I'm going to run the football, but there's definitely a...
And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I understand being aggressive. I get that. Play callers in today's era are aggressive as they've ever been. But at the same time, we got to understand, 4th quarter, I got the lead. I've already messed it up once. I might want to try to think about what this guy can really do well and think about maybe milking some of that clock.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up the big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. He makes the catch. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down. This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another 1st down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And they're able to get him down, but not before he gets to the 2.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that.
Touchdown, Cardinal! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on. And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to...
Going for the big play. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Fourth quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative, or you can just go for rub it in your face, eat that. You know, I don't like the other coach.
He now has 85 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite, going for it all. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. Scrambling away. Fires on the move. Got his man on the right. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. He's looking to throw it. Fires it. Got it in the middle. It's Yates. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays. But this defense is making sure he's not getting that time.
Well, the offense is trying to run the football out. They're back in their own end. They're just trying to give them space to operate and to work, but they didn't fool anyone. That defense was ready for it, and they got dominated. Lucky to get tackled at the 1-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Stanford lines up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll haul it in right around the logo. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. Here come the Irish back on offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here.
Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the punishment has been extended. And that might be a dagger. They've pushed the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up, and it's his 4th interception of the night. Got room on the return. He's at the 10. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball. Takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. You're getting ready to go into victory formation. Many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win on time.
And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense.
And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. How about that D coming up with a play like that? The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Works the middle of the field. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. He's got the tight end. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Looking to move it through the air. Gets it out fast. Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off his spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
This is why, during the week, during practice, quarterbacks wear green jerseys. They don't get hit. We're not allowed to hit them in practice. We get in trouble if we hit him in practice. Not used to taking shots. Probably one of the reasons why he coughed up the football.
Throws for the tight end. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Notre Dame lines up quickly. On second down, they'll take to the air. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Throws to the tight end. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on fourth down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook. So let them do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop you. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
There's a long and storied